just between us swimsuit edition.
I didn't bring a swimsuit, so I'm just in a bra.
Yeah, we noticed that a lot of cool, popular YouTubers were doing, like, swimsuit hauls or, like, this is my bathing suit look for the summer, so we really wanted to get in on that.
What happened was I forgot that we were doing this.
We're willing to meet the YouTube audience halfway.
Yeah.
Like,
we'll do the trend.
We'll do the trend, but we just want to do it well or right. This week's question comes from Caitlin from the USA.
Just USA?
She just wrote the USA, but maybe that's how she identifies herself.
American.
Just American.
North American.
North American.
United States of American. Because she's not Canadian. Ugh, what's right, what's wrong, who knows?
Have we ever said anything that didn't make someone mad?
No, never.
Okay, so Caitlin wants to know, how do you share your history of mental illness with someone?
Oh, this is a good episode to do right now.
Look.
I would assume probably film a topless episode of your YouTube channel.
You're using the word topless wrong. This is not topless. This is wearing a bra. If you say someone's topless, it means that they have nothing on.
I would count this as topless.
That's insane.
So if I wore this in a photo shoot, I think like the magazines would be like topless photo shoot.
No. You'd have to do one of these. This is a very interesting question because what do you mean, the main question?
Yeah, so why is it interesting? We've talked about mental illness so much on this show.
Okay.
So how do you share it?
Well, this has been a real journey for me because I feel like I was taught growing up that I should be ashamed of it and that I shouldn't talk about it.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Like that like it would ruin my career. But instead, it made my career.
Yeah, I think people like vulnerability and authenticity. I think it would be weird if you didn't talk about it since it's such a big part of your life.
But also, I'm, a comedian, like, and a writer and an actress. If I was a lawyer, people probably wouldn't want to know about my mental breakdown. But I think Caitlin wasn't really talking about, like, hello, I love you.
That's one way. The way you talk to Sugar, I think, is pretty
It's a quick way to let people know what's
Yeah.
going on up here. Sometimes I stick my nose in her mouth when she's yawning so I can smell her breath.
What?
What? There's no should or shouldn't. My advice is that it's something that you don't make a big deal of. It's just like a thing that you just like acknowledge quickly and early and just sort of like let the intricacies of it to kind of unravel as you go. But I don't think it should be like a let's sit down and like have a big discussion. For me, it's more like I'd be like, oh, I like getting pizza there. It's like, oh yeah, I had a panic attack there.
I would love to go on a tour of all the places you've had a panic attack.
I've never had a true panic attack, actually. I just have like anxiety attacks, but I don't have them where it's like where I think I'm having a heart attack.
Oh, I have. See, here's what's interesting is we've really built brands on this show where like yours is mental illness and mine is sexuality. But I also have mental problems too.
And I have a sexuality.
But I'm just saying that I have mental problems as well. I just want people to know.
I think they do. How do you talk about it?
I'm a little bit more like worried about talking about it. Because I'm worried that if I talk about it, people will use that to discredit me.
Right, but that's what you have to like let go of.
Really?
I think so, at least in your personal relationships. I think professional is a totally different story, and I can't speak to that at all because there's so many different professions and there's so many different, like, politics involved in different companies and businesses and things like that. But in terms of, like, your personal relationships, I mean, it's just like anything else. Like, it's like, would you, like, not let people know you have diabetes? It's a really good barometer for if that person deserves to be someone close in your life.
That's true.
Because you're not going to gain anything from having someone who doesn't like that part of you. They shouldn't like it because it is an illness, but that they don't accept it.
Yeah.
A big thing that I've started doing is just like being like, oh, I don't want to do that, I have OCD.
But you should be able to say that.
But I used to never say that.
Really?
That's only in the last couple of years that I've started doing that, where I just like very bluntly will be like, oh, I'm not going to sit on the ground, I have OCD.
I always respected that about you. You did that to me off the bat.
But that was a couple of years, that was a couple of years ago. It was into my 20s when I started doing that.
I always respected that. That's one of the things that made me like you right away was how much you were just like, no, thank you.
You have to weigh the costs and the benefits. But also, now that I'm on Zoloft,
me too.
I have to say, I haven't been on meds since I was 21 and I'm back on. Wow. If this could be a Zoloft commercial, it would be. I felt like I had this huge victory that I hadn't been on meds, and then I got myself off of meds after having started when I was like 4.
Yeah.
But like, something was broken.
My concern is that if I say that I have a mental illness, people will go, oh, well, then her opinions on politics or her opinions on this are not valid. That's my worry.
Do you think that of other people?
No, but I don't want other people to think that of me.
But that's the golden rule. That's what I always think. I think, what would I think if someone told me that? And if I think, oh, I wouldn't care, then proceed.
Yeah.
Because you only want to live by, like, the rules that you have for the world. Because you can't control other people's worlds.
Okay.
So I also do that with, like, actions. Someone did that to me, would I think that's rude? If someone did that to me, would I think that's mean? And that's sort of like the only barometer you can have, because you can't ever please anybody.
Yeah.
So, like, live by your own rules, and you would never judge somebody for having mental illness. Only try to impress people you respect and get on Zoloft.
JBU, sponsored by Zoloft.
I've said, like, if I got commission for every time I sent someone to therapy, I would have, like, $30. Hey, guys, click the links below. We have a book and a book tour.
Yeah, do you live in Chicago, New York, Boston, Minneapolis, Dallas, Philly? I named them all so far. Those are the ones so far. Probably there will be more by the time this comes out.
I'm doing this against my will.